Hey guys, it's Ryan with BTOD TV. I get it. Not everyone wants to spend $1,000 on an ergonomic office chair, but what if I were to tell you that there are some options out there that can provide similar comfort and similar adjustability for around $500 or less? In this video, we're going to take a closer look at one of those potential options in the Office Master Affirm chair. Looking for a new office chair? BTOD TV is your source for everything office. Subscribe today so you don't miss out on any of our great content. The OM Affirm chair is a highly customizable mesh back ergonomic office chair that comes in at a mid-market price point. Almost everything on this chair can be changed to your liking. You can choose between different back heights, seat sizes, armrests, cylinder sizes, caster options, you name it, you can change it on the Affirm. And because of that, there's going to be quite a wide range in the pricing available. You can configure this chair to be under $300 or close to $600. Here is how we configured our test model with a price of $502.99. Office Master provides a nice warranty on the Affirm, which really helps to add value to the chair. It comes with a 12-year limited warranty, which covers everything on the chair with the exception of the fabric and foam, which are covered for 5 years. This covers people weighing up to 275 pounds, and it is valid for 8 hours a day and 40-hour work weeks. One really nice thing about the Affirm chair is that it does arrive almost fully assembled. It comes in 3 components: the top, the middle, and the bottom. The top section is going to be the seat, the arms, and the backrest already pre-installed. The second piece is going to be the cylinder. The third piece is going to be the base with the casters pre-installed. So all you need to do is drop the cylinder into the base, set the top portion, seat, arms, back onto the cylinder, sit in the chair, and the assembly is complete. It should take most people around a minute to complete the entire installation process. The Affirm didn't receive a very high score in the build quality category, and that's to be expected out of a chair with a mid to low price point. It's simply not practical to expect a chair with this price to have high-end parts, high-end components, and a high design quality throughout the chair. I wouldn't consider the components and parts on the Affirm or the Affirm itself to be a low-end chair, but when we look at things like the mesh, it's easy to see that it's not quite the same quality as higher-end chairs. Yes, it's breathable, and yes, it is soft to the touch, but it's not going to have that same flexibility and same ability to conform to your body that the higher-end mesh products offer. Another thing that we'll notice is that some of the parts will have a little bit more play than you will see on high-end products. So wiggling and moving between components is something that you will see on lower-end products or mid-market products like the Affirm chair. One advantage that the Affirm chair does have in the build quality category when compared to other mid to low market chairs is that Office Master brings in all of the components and then they upholster the chair themselves in their California facility. This allows them to have a much higher level of quality control when compared to their Chinese or Taiwanese competitors that bring in chairs already boxed from those countries. Scope of users is a category that we use to evaluate how much of the population a specific chair model can fit. Now, the OM Affirm chair is a bit weird for the scope of users category because you would think that it would score really well here because of how highly customizable the chair is. You can choose different seats, different cylinders, different backs, so it should fit a wide range of people. The reason why the chair did not score very well for this category is because we found a couple limiting factors that made it difficult for us to put together a configuration of this chair that could fit that 95th percentile. Those 2 factors were the seat height range and the weight capacity. So the Affirm has a weight capacity of 275 pounds. This is slightly higher than the 250-pound average we see on a lot of chairs, but most of the chairs that the Affirm was being compared to out of the chairs that we tested were 300 pounds or more, so it did get a deduction for a lower weight rating. The seat height was also a bit of an issue. The standard seat height is advertised as 17 inches to 22 inches tall, which is true if you measure from the front of the seat, but it does have a waterfall edge. If you measure from the top portion of the seat where you are sitting, it is closer to 19 to 24 inches. This is a height that you would like to have if you are taller, maybe 5'10" or more. So if you are 5'9", 5'8", or less, you will probably need to go with a shorter cylinder, a footrest, or maybe both. Seat comfort is the first of 3 categories that we decided to poll our entire office to get a more well-rounded opinion than simply taking that of the individual that is writing the review. So everyone got the opportunity to sit in the Affirm chair, score it from 1 to 100, and then we averaged out all of the scores to get our final number, which ended up being a 79 out of 100, which placed it towards the top portion of our list. The Affirm has a nice large seat with a waterfall front edge. It has really thick padding, but it is definitely on the firmer side. This is not going to be like the Adhere chair where you sink way down in the foam and it has a more plush, cushy feel. This is going to be more firm, and there were a couple people in our office that did not like how firm the seat on the Affirm chair was. So this is a good option for those of you that like a thick seat but prefer it to be more on the firm side. Back support is the second category that we chose to poll our entire office to get a total score. So after everyone sat in the Affirm and tested out the backrest, it ended up getting a score of 75 out of 100, which puts it in the top 10 of the current chairs that we have tested. It features a mesh backrest in either a mid-back or high-back design. It is breathable, soft to the touch, but as mentioned in the build quality section, not quite as flexible, not quite as conforming as higher-end mesh products that we have seen. It does not have an individual lumbar support adjustment system, but there are 2 adjustments that do help with the lumbar support. The first being the back height adjustment. It has a ratchet back height adjustment, so you can put the curve right where you would prefer to have it. And the second adjustment is an independent back angle adjustment, which is only available if you upgrade to the Exec Synchro Tilt mechanism. And this will allow you to change the angle of the back before you start your reclining motion, which allows you to work in a more forward or a relaxed position. And it also gives you a little bit more or less lumbar support as you prefer. There are a couple different arm options that you can go with on the Affirm chair. You can get a height adjustable only set of arms, a set of arms that has height and width adjustment, and the third option would be a 5-way adjustable arm, and that's what we chose to opt for our test chair, and that's the model that we used to have everyone test and then score it for our third and final comfort category. So the armrests ended up scoring 75 out of 100 for comfort, and this is for a few reasons. The first being the high level of adjustability. You're gonna have width adjustment, height adjustment, and then the pads themselves also move in and out, front to back, and swivel in a pivot motion. Another good thing going for the arms on the Affirm is that the pads themselves are soft, comfortable, and the edges have a nice slant to them. So there's really not a point on the arms where you can place your forearm or your elbow and it's gonna be up against a hard edge or something that's gonna be uncomfortable for prolonged hours. There is one factor that I was not a huge fan of with the arms on the Affirm chair, and this kind of goes back to the build quality that we mentioned earlier with the fit and finish. The arms do not fit perfectly on the Affirm. So there's gonna be a bit more play, a bit more wiggle on these arms, and a few people in our office did notice it, so this could be a nuisance for those of you that do like to have a nice solid arm setup. There are a few different mechanism options that you can choose to go with on the Affirm chair, and those are greatly going to affect your overall ergonomic adjustability. We chose to opt for the Exec Synchro Tilt mechanism, which gave us the most amount of adjustability possible on our Affirm chair. So we ended up having seat height adjustment, seat depth adjustment. We also have back height adjustment, independent back angle adjustment, Synchro Tilt backrest recline, tension adjustment, and 5 lockable tilt positions. If you opt to add the 5-way arms to this Exec Synchro mechanism setup, then you have almost every adjustment that we look for in an ergonomic chair. The only one that you're really missing is going to be that adjustable lumbar support that we mentioned earlier, but that once again is going to be mitigated by the back height and the back angle adjustment. If you're interested in the Affirm chair and would like some more information, make sure to click the link in the description and it will take you to our full in-depth review where we go over everything on the Affirm chair, including things that we like with the chair and things that we do not like with the chair. If you've made it this far and have found this content to be useful, please smash that like button and make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on our next office chair review video. Thanks a lot for watching.